Hey guys, this is Adam Young with Dry Bones for Harvesting. In this video, I'm going to explain why I chose the Canon EOS Rebel SL2 over the Canon M50. And the reason I'm showing the box is because I'm actually using the camera, the only other camera that I have good enough to use to record is this thing. And so I'm using it while I'm explaining why I chose the Canon SL2 over the Canon M50. I've started my YouTube channel just a little over a year ago. I'm still a beginner, and I've just now kind of really reached a learning curve. I've used cameras like this little 8-man. Here recently, I've been using this JVC camcorder. Been using it for the last probably 4 or 5 months. And I've used my phone. I started out with a Samsung Galaxy Note that had a horrible camera. And here recently, I finally was able to put together a budget of around $1,000 to purchase either a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. And so I put a lot of study in. So I'm really, honestly, I'm here not as a professional telling you why I chose the Canon M50 or the Canon SL2 over the M50 or a Canon over the rest of the brands. As a tech professional, I'm explaining to you, I'm coming as a beginner. Hopefully I'll reach somebody that is in the same shoes that I was in, that is got around the same budget that I got, entry level, and really wondering what camera best fits them. And I'll explain to you in detail why I chose the SL2. It seems to be right now, this is 2019, that the hot camera for entry level is the M50. And the M50 seems to have been marketed to target guys like me that are just coming into the vlogging scene, if that's what you want to call it. But either way, it does have some features that I sacrificed over buying the Canon, or that I had to sacrifice in order to get the SL2. And here, let me see where I want to start with this. You know, with a budget of about $1,000, you really want to consider lighting and audio. And I wanted to go with the lav mic because I can move, and I got the mixer, the preamp mixer, so I could have 2 lav mics if I was doing an interview type situation, which I plan on doing this year. So shotgun mics seem to be, if you move in or away from the camera, you can be in danger of changing your audio, or if you turn your head. With the lav mic, you have none of those issues. And so that's why I got the Kamica preamp mixer, and it was I think around 50 bucks. And I got the Boya, let's see if I can come in focus, the Boya lavalier mic. So either way, I wanted to be able to get decent audio, decent light, and with the lighting I got was actually a I don't even know how you say it, SD. And I wish I could show it to you because it's really nice. It's got a stainless steel case. It's got a battery, rechargeable battery. It was like 36 bucks. Everything that I'm reviewing today, I'll have a link in the description below, and you can go to Amazon and check out everything that I bought. So either way, so I had $1,000 to spend, and I wanted to be able to get a nice tripod, one that was I could travel with, be able to get a nice bag, a decent entry-level, almost prosumer camera, a preamp mixer for good audio, and good portable lighting. That was my goal. And actually, the package that I got a bundle package with the Canon. SL2, which it came with some a little camera bag and a few other things, and some filters and some macro lenses and things like that. You know, for me, it gave me the opportunity not only to do video, but also shoot some nice stills. So let's get into some of the research that I researched among these. And first, I'll just say that Canon ended up being the only choice for me for two reasons. One is the dual pixel AF, or the dual pixel autofocus. It's so smoking fast that it's no other brand out there is touching it. Not Sony, not Nikon, not Panasonic. So that was, and the color science that's in Canon cameras is amazing. So that right there in itself was the whole reason that I chose Canon over the rest of the brands. Now, when I narrowed it down to just Canon, it seemed like I had three options in front of me. I had the SL2, the M50, and the T7i. And I will say simply, the T7i was really the choice that I wanted to make, but at the end of the day, it was really money. It was cheap. The SL2 was a couple $100 cheaper than the T7i, and that just gave me a couple $100 extra to spend on the other accessories. So that's the main reason I chose the SL2 over the T7i. Now the M50, you could catch deals on it and get it real close. It was a real close price. Maybe sometimes it was as low as just only $100 difference, and sometimes even lower than that, even searching on Amazon. So with it being that close, why would I pick a camera that was, on the technology side of things, seemed to have less features? And I'll tell you what I sacrificed by getting the SL2 over the M50, and I'll tell you why I was willing to make that sacrifice. One is what they advertise it for. It does shoot 4K, and I believe it shoots 4K at 60 frames per second. But the 4K has another crop factor on top of the crop factor that's already exists in the camera, because it's not a full frame camera. And also, it does not have dual pixel autofocus. So in an instant, you may have 4K, but your image will be constantly hunting. So it doesn't have the lightning fast autofocus. The other is that it is a mirrorless camera. So really the only advantage that has, it's just quieter, and it's a smaller body. I'm a big guy, got big hands, so really I wanted a bigger body camera. So that wasn't really a big issue for me there. I wanted something that felt good in my hands. The other thing that I sacrificed is that the M50 does have 99 points of autofocus, whereas the SL2 has 45, and that seemed to be the biggest sacrifice that I made. So with that being said, and here's me as a consumer, a beginner, and you know, this is my first DSLR or mirrorless camera purchase possibly at the time, and I wavered between them right there, that option. Am I willing to sacrifice some points of autofocus to save the possible $100 to $150 to $200, depending on what bundle you got and or what camera? I think if you just went camera and kit lens to camera and kit lens, it might be $100 to $150 price difference. When you go into the bundles, I think I got this bundle for $5.99, and the M50 bundles are around $6.99 to $7.99. So either way, I was willing to sacrifice some, because I've never even shot B-roll before. And so, you know, to have all these, you know, tracking points and all this, it wasn't that big of a deal for me, not at this point. So I was willing to sacrifice that for the money. And at the end of the day, the Canon Rebel SL2 it packs a lot of power in a little old camera. So that for me was the selling point. The SL2, the DSLR, you know, capable of shooting 60 frames a second at 1080p is still relevant in 2019. And for an entry-level person that's only been doing YouTube videos for a little over a year, and I'm coming from this camera right here to the SL2, it was, I mean, the quality is so great that I'm enjoying it. So I don't even really know what I'm missing by not getting a camera that has 4K. And actually, it's really, I hate to say it, but a generic 4K that they throw on the camera for a selling point. And it's targeted towards vloggers. The SL2 also, it has a flip out screen. So I'm looking at my screen right now as I'm talking to you. So I'm able to see myself. There's another thing, there is one other thing that the SL2 lacks that I kind of wish that I had, is that right now I'm not able to monitor my audio. With the Canon M50, I believe you're able to, and I know that you can with the T7i. So really at the end of the day, with all the research that I've done, considering this camera and considering that camera, really for the price range, I've seen it best to get the Canon SL2 over the M50. If I'd had the money and was willing to spend the extra money, my choice would have been the T7i. The T7i, I believe, in my opinion, is still a better camera with a nice, more solid body than the M50. Now, granted, with me saying all these things, I do not have an M50 in my hands. I haven't been able to get out in the field and use it. I'm not a professional. And the same thing with the T7i. I'm just going by what I've watched on other reviews and also what I read. So either way, if you have around $1,000 budget and you're starting fresh, I would suggest to go with something along the lines of the SL2, where you could have extra money for a nice tripod. I actually got a really nice tripod with a nice ball head on it, you know, that it breaks down. I could put it on my camera bag, and I got the preamp audio mixer, the Kamica. I got the Boya. I got two Boya lav mics. Got some portable lighting. So I was able to get all these extra things. And also, believe it or not, here's something else that I got. And the extra $150 really is needed to go towards extra SD cards and extra batteries. I did get 3 extra batteries to go with the SL2, and I highly suggest doing that. I highly suggest. So, you know, with that extra $150 that I saved by going with the SL2, I was able to buy some batteries and 3 SD cards, which, you know, that, and I suggest don't go cheap with the SD cards. Get good SD cards. I got 3 SD cards, 3 batteries, some chargers, lens cleaning kits, all these things that is really needed, and you wouldn't believe how much the cost stacks up when you start adding those little extra things. And I know for me as a beginner, I didn't have those things to start out with. So I had to buy all this, everything brand new and fresh. So, and I just got a body with a kit lens. I really would have liked to have the extra $150 to get the nifty 50. I really like the cinematic view with the shallow depth of field where everything's blurry behind you. But that's just, that'll happen down the road. But either way, this video is for somebody that is a beginner that has finally found it in their budget to have about $1,000 to spend on some good gear. And this is what I bought. I had $1,000 budget, and this is what I was able to buy. The Canon SL2 with the Kamica, $50 preamp mixer, a lav mic, couple lav mics, some lighting, nice tripod, nice camera bag, extra batteries, extra SD cards, lens cleaning kits, all those things that are really, really needed. And if I would have went with a $800 camera, I would have had to have gotten cheaper items on that end that I don't think that we're willing to sacrifice. At the end of the day, you want all around good quality gear that matches each other. And with me buying the Canon SL2, I was able to have the money to buy equal quality gear to match it. So either way, I hope my video helped you out. Please like and subscribe my channel. I'm kind of new to this, and I'm a man of faith, so my video content is mainly that of the Christian faith. But I think that I've discovered my tech side, and I would like to maybe start reviewing some products in my future videos. And if I helped you out any, I do have links of everything that I bought in the description below. Check it out. Maybe you can be able to get the same things that I got and be able to be satisfied with about $1,000 budget and be able to put out high quality video if you're a vlogger, and also be able to shoot very good stills. So either way, God bless you and have a blessed 2019.